Hi everybody, Frank from Classic back with another featured bike of the week. This week we are featuring Harley-Davidson's first electric motorcycle, the Livewire. Now, I have an ulterior motive for featuring this motorcycle this week. On Saturday the 18th, we are having Classic Harley-Davidson's Hawaiian Luau event. At that event, we're going to have all kinds of cool stuff going on, like pig roast, some Hawaiian cocktails. Matt Jackson's going to dress up like a hula girl. You'll want to see that. We're also going to have Matt Bailey, Mike Nowicker, and Kevin Adams here playing music for you that day. And with this motorcycle, we are doing a special Livewire demo ride event. The way that's going to work is we're going to have two of our Livewire motorcycles sitting outside with a sign-up table. Every half hour from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. we'll be sending those two motorcycles out on test rides with a controlled test rider. And when you sign up or when you get back, you can get a little bit of a class on how this amazing motorcycle works, as well as getting some of your questions answered if I don't answer them for you right now. With premium components and an innovative design, Harley-Davidson has given us a truly amazing machine to ride here. We have a full color display, premium brakes, premium suspension, and incredible torque. Let's look at each one of these things in just a little bit more detail. These are Brembo monoblock brakes. This brake caliper is literally machined out of a solid piece of aluminum and is the newest design by one of the leading manufacturers of motorcycle braking technology. This is a brand new suspension setup for us, designed by the people at Showa, and it is fully tunable. We have preload adjustment here, as well as rebound and compression adjustment back here on a piggyback style mono shock under the seat, which provides incredible performance in the back end. This is another first for us with the Showa front suspension. The forks are not only adjustable for preload, but compression and rebound dampening as well, which is really the first time you see adjustment like this available from a Harley front end suspension. Okay, so all of this is battery. Down here, this is all motor. Something that's really interesting about electric motors is that you have 100% of the available torque there throughout the entire RPM range. So no matter what speed you're going down the road, if you twist the throttle, you are going to get an amazing throttle response from this bike. So I've been asked a lot of questions about charging this motorcycle. The charging port is right here on top, sort of where your gas cap would be. It can charge off of 110 or off of DC3 fast charge, just like most electric cars. If you're charging off of 110, you should expect a fully empty motorcycle to take about 8 hours to charge or overnight at your house. On DC3 fast charge, you should be able to get 100% charge in about an hour. If you're going to use the 110 charge, there's an onboard charging cord. Pull the little lever under the seat, lift the seat up, and your charging cord for 110 is right here. If you're going to use a DC3 fast charge while you're out and about, those chargers have a charging cord connected right to the charger. Okay, so again, the reason that I decided to feature this bike this week is because on Saturday we're having our Hawaiian Luau, and we're going to have the featured demo ride on this motorcycle. And I wanted you to have an idea of what you should expect if you're going to come and do that demo ride. So riding this motorcycle is like no other motorcycle ride that you've experienced. Imagine taking your sport and taking it all the way back to its simplest form. Remember when you were a kid and you were riding your bicycle down a big hill and you didn't have to pedal? All you heard was the wind rushing by your ears, and you would move from side to side and float that motorcycle back and forth across the street going down a long hill. That's what this feels like all the time, except you don't have to pedal back up the damn hill. It's incredible. So come on over and let's look at what you're going to need to do to ride this motorcycle when you come take it for a test ride. So when you first sit down on the Livewire motorcycle, it should feel pretty familiar. Handlebars, controls, display. When you click the off-run switch to run, the display is going to come up, take a second to boot up, and then it's going to tell you what it is that you need to do. So of course we need to raise the side stand. There's a side stand interlock so that you cannot take off on this motorcycle with the side stand down. I'm going to lift the bike up, lift the side stand. Now it's telling me to press the start button. Literally, just like this was a gas motor, you press and hold the start button until the lights go green, and now we are ready. So when those lights go green, you are actually gonna feel the bike come alive. It's actually what the motor company calls haptic feedback, and Harley likes to refer to it as the heartbeat of the motorcycle. You'll feel a little nudge almost in the seat and in the handlebars that lets you know the motor is definitely ready to roll. Now, once everything is booted up and you've made these lights go green, this is the simplest motorcycle you will ever ride. There is no clutch, there is no gear shift. When you start to apply some throttle, the motorcycle is going to start to move. Surprisingly enough, when you add more throttle, the motorcycle goes faster, and when you roll off the motorcycle goes slower. Now I know that all sounds silly, but this is a different experience than what you're used to if you ride the standard Harley. You're used to squeezing the clutch, easing out on the clutch, shifting gears, rolling off the throttle in between shifting gears. None of those things have to happen here. So when you start going down the road on this motorcycle, all you're going to do is add more throttle as you want to go faster. It is a single speed electric motor. There is no need for any shifting anywhere. Now, another super cool thing is that this motorcycle uses regenerative braking, which means when you roll off the throttle, the motion of you slowing down on the motorcycle throws the motor into a reverse situation, and it puts charge back into the battery. Now that has two effects. It makes your motorcycle's battery life last longer, but more importantly for these demo rides, it means that when you roll off, it's gonna feel like the motorcycle is braking for you a little bit. So brakes are way less necessary than they have been in the past on this motorcycle. It's a super easy experience, and I guarantee you that once you start riding the motorcycle, it's gonna feel really, really intuitive. But I wanted to let you know that that's something that's gonna happen when you go do this. When you come back from your test ride, just like any other Harley, you're gonna use your off switch, put your kickstand down, and dismount the motorcycle just like you would any other bike. Okay folks, for the demo ride event on Saturday, we're only going to be running from 10 to 3. We're going to have 2 motorcycles available every half hour, so spaces are extremely limited. If you want to be able to experience this amazing motorcycle, get on the phone, call into Classic, ask for sales. You want to talk to your favorite salesperson, whether it's Jeremy, whether it's Rob, whether it's Steve, and get yourself signed up for one of those slots. If you come to the luau, there may be a space available, but maybe there won't be. So I really recommend calling in and reserving your spot ahead of time. Now I hope you guys have enjoyed this week's featured bike of the week, the Harley-Davidson Livewire.